The next direct tributary to the River Irwell is the River Irk. It's roughly 14 miles long. It has a bad reputation due to the 19th century writer Friedrich Engels, who described it as black and sluggish. It has been the beneficiary of regeneration projects in recent years, and it arises from a swamp adjacent to Crompton and Royton Golf Club and flows in a roughly western direction, mostly under the town of Royton, then through and beyond the town of Middleton. Then follows the more scenic section of the Irk, accessible by a long continuous footpath. The river turns south near Heaton Park, then east for a couple more miles into Blakely, then south once more for a more urban course to its junction with the Irwell beneath Victoria Station.
Okay.
What's up, tributaries? Welcome back to another episode of All the Rivers. And by the way, when I say another episode, I mean another series. Here we are at the source of the River Irk. You've heard the blurb in the beginning of the video, so don't really have to explain too much about it. But it's got a decent start around it. Not the nicest, not the worst. It's just pretty average.
Okay. Right. Well, the River Irk, the source, is just in those reeds there. We could get a bit closer, but are we going to wade through this for your benefit? No, we're not. So take it from me, the River Irk emerges from the marsh in there, right on the edge of, I think it's Crompton Golf Course, and then starts flowing in a southwesterly direction towards Low Crompton Road.
Yeah.
So here we are, the source of the River Irk. Hello, well, we're on Low Crompton Road here. This is the first road bridge over the infant River Irk. A footpath crosses it in that field, so there might be a little bit of a footbridge there, but this is where Low Crompton Road goes over the Irk, and that's looking up towards the source, and that's looking down the start of the valley towards Royton. Right, this is the next part of the Irk Valley. You can see it in a channel down to our left, and there's a nice footpath that takes you above it towards Fir Lane. These fields are a bit soggy after rain.
And I'm doing it in sodding trainers.
Oh, there's a heron. I don't know if the camera caught that. And looks like the Irk is joined by a stream coming out here.
Hey Dad, how much would you pay me if I walked across that bit of metal stuff?
I wouldn't advise it.
That's why you said how much would you pay me?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I was trying to finish the month in the black. Right. So as you can see, there's a fair amount of water in the river already. But like I said, we are walking it after rain. Now here, just off Fir Lane, is the start of the Irk's underground passage. Most of the river is built over as it goes through the town of Royton, emerging at the other side, and this is the start of the culvert. It runs through Dogford Park and then emerges again for a short time the other side of Rochdale Road, and that's where we'll next catch up with it. Well, we're starting out the next stage of our exploration of the Irk from Dogford Park on a rather nicer day than last time. As you can see, it's quite a small park, and the Irk runs right underneath it, which makes me wonder whether or not the park was built from the site of an old mill or something that required the culverting, because otherwise you'd have thought the river running through would have made a nice feature, but I'm speculating. Anyone from Royton? Put it in the comments if you know.
Yeah, go on, all two of you watching this video.
And this is where the Irk emerges from its tunnel, just on the other side of the A671 in Royton. And as you can see, it's flowing quite fast today. And they made this nice little footpath so you can access this part of the river. It doesn't last very long, unfortunately, but it is quite a nice little stroll. Here you can see there's a drain feeding in from the direction of Tandle Hill. Looks like there's a lot of iron in that water from the stains there. And before too long, you can see that the Irk goes underground again. We're going to plod on in the same direction and we'll eventually catch up with it when it re-emerges. Hello, and here you can see the Irk re-emerging from its latest culvert and flowing into the woods quite nicely again. We're somewhere on the western edge of Royton, going into Chadderton. I must admit I don't know this area particularly well, so you know, we just have to sort of like film things on the hoof without really knowing too much of the background between them. But there's a nice stretch of path that runs above the Irk here, which we'll now follow. A little further along, you've got this. Is that working? As you can see, the Irk is escaping again from one of its culverts. We're at the bottom of Mill Lane, right on the border, I think, between Royton and Chadderton, and it actually hugs the Irk for a bit, so that should provide a pleasant walk. Right, now here's where the Irk receives its first major fortification. This, I think, is called Oosewood Beck. This flows right from Tandle Hill Country Park down here. Unfortunately, it's channeled through a rather ugly pipe rather than a nice bridge, but hey ho. But as you can see, the Irk flows significantly stronger after this junction than before. This is a pleasant stretch of easy walking by the riverside. Slightly marred by, you can hear the traffic noise from the A627M ahead. But yeah, the woodland is quite nice. No, the footpath goes further up. This has just been a diversion to film the tunnel.
I was about to be shouting you, I thought we'd have to go back down that way.
No, just up here. I understand, Simon. Do you not think I'm used to it with a certain other person?
That's true, that's true.
Yeah. Right, that's time on the filming today.
Okay. Is that slippy or?
Doesn't look it, but well, this one isn't.
Still recording, by the way.
Oh, right.